Hello everybody, this is Linda and this is my channel, Lenny Peace Place. I'm so glad you stopped by today. I have something very exciting to start and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So today I'm going to be starting a new project. Now this is being hosted by Savana and her YouTube channel is Love Always Savana. She has come up with a wonderful idea for a journal. And that's for two reasons. Because we're going to be using these sweet little dress forms. And when you go over to her channel, which I will link down below, she has a link that you can click on and you can go and get the template for this dress form. So we're going to make journals out of these dress forms. And we're going to dress these little babies up with all of our hoarded vintage and antique laces. Now, most of us do have those. I know I have a lot of them. So I'm anxious to be able to, I'm anxious and I'm excited that I could use some of these trims and things that I really haven't used much of. And so it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. So I'm going to hopefully get one done today, at least one side. And is there anything else I wanted to tell you before I started? I don't think so. I think that was it. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you something though. As some of you ladies know, I teach a junk journaling class to a senior group at the senior center here in the town where I live, and they wanted to pause on the junk journals and make little Easter egg cartons for Easter. Now mine is not Easter themed. It's just pretty, I think. So we painted them and then we decorated them. So I just wanted to show you this, that I just thought that they turned out so cute. Everybody's did. Of course, I don't have theirs. I only have mine. So I'll show you it. So on the inside is the top. And then we did eggs, little plastic eggs. And so these are the three. We did only three because we're going to put candy or something in the other three. We haven't, I guess you can put anything you want in them. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to put in mine. But this one I decoupaged, and I used a sparkle decoupage for this. I've had it for a very, very long time, and I'm surprised it even is still any good. And then I also used it on this one. And this little egg I covered with cheesecloth, tea-dyed cheesecloth. And then just did a little decorating on it, a little embellishing. Excuse me. Oh, and in the bottom we used little tiny baby doilies. And then this was the last one that I did. And I painted this one, and I used some stickles. What color did I use? Stardust. It's my favorite. And just added a little applique. And yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. We had fun making these, and years ago, probably 10 years ago, I was in a Facebook group, and it was a group where we did swaps, and one of the swaps that we did was decorating the egg cartons and the eggs, and it was so much fun, and I hadn't thought about it in such a long time. And I was actually watching a YouTube video and came across it from a long time ago, and they were decorating egg cartons, and that reminded me of it. So I told my ladies about it, and they wanted to make one. So that's what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. So they're finished now. So anyway, I just wanted to show you before I get started on this. So yeah. So I think I will. Well, I'll show you that I have pulled out a lot of stuff, and have a lot of old laces, vintage laces, and all kinds of stuff in here. Just all kinds of beautiful things. And they're in my little basket, my little bowl that I made, my little slow stitched bowl. So that was fun. It's kind of show and tell here today, isn't it? Okay, and then I have these are very, very hoarded things that I don't use at all. I have used a little bit of this antique wedding dress trim. I had quite a bit of it, and this is all I have left. So, but anyway, I'm going to be using some of my beautiful laces. So I've got out 3 of my containers. I do have a few more, but I'm going to work out of these for now. And I'm sorry if you hear that outside. I'm pretty sure my neighbor, every time I get ready to do a video, my neighbor decides she's going to work in her yard. So please just ignore it, because I'm just going to go ahead and go on. So anyway, these are the ones I'm going to be working out of. Okay, and I think for the very first one, I do want to use some of my antique wedding dress trim. And I need to put something underneath it, so I think I'll use some of this. Somewhere I have a little box, and it has 3 or 4 of these little, I don't know what they were, but I can tell you that it is very, very brittle, or not brittle, but very old and tears so easily. But I'm going to just glue some of this down, and let me see, how do I want to do this, because it's all so, well, I could say old, but to tell you the truth, it just is kind of rotten. It pulls apart so easy. But anyway, I'm going to first glue this down. This is going to be what I use for covering the dress form. Now I'm not sure what's going to be the easiest thing to use for this. I think I'll use glue. Do I have my glue stick here? Yes, it's right here. I still have most of my stuff's in my bag from my class the other day. I don't take it out unless I know I'm going to need to use it. So first I'm going to put the glue down. I probably should I don't want to get glue all over my mat. Sticky, sticky. Oh dear. Getting started is always a problem. getting things lined up. And okay. Give me a minute. I'll have it ready, I think. There we go. There's part of it. Okay. I think I'll lower come in just a little. See a little better. If I can remember to stay in frame. I have to remember that and I'm also going to get some book page and put down so I don't get glue all over everything. So I hope that you're having as nice of weather today as I am. Our weather here in North Carolina is gorgeous today. I should be outside instead of in here. But as you that have been around for a while know, I'm not an outdoor person. And so I do like to go out, sit on my front porch maybe for a little bit, enjoy the weather, but I do not like to get out in the yard. And that's probably where I should be. This is just tearing so easy. All I have to do is touch it and it just about comes apart. But I wanted to use it because we're using up things that we don't normally use, and I don't normally use this. For one thing, it's just so delicate because it's so old. So, okay, that's going to be good enough because there's something going on top of it anyway. Just want to cover up some of the chipboard underneath. Oh yeah, and that's what I used. I had a whole package of chipboard that I bought years ago that I never used. And so that's what I used for my dress forms. I've only cut out 2, but I'm not sure. I don't know how many pages I'm gonna do. I don't remember. I know Savana cut out quite a few. I don't remember. And I don't know if she's going to use them all. But I probably won't. I probably won't do a whole lot. I don't like it when things get so bulky. Now, I don't know where my other scissors are, but I'll get these out of the drawer. These are some fabric scissors. They're not my favorite ones, but I'm going to use these because I don't want to have to get up again. I guess I could have had this. From now on, I will have this step done before I come on. Won't make you sit and watch me cover up put the base layer down after today. You just watch me do the pretty part. So I hope you're working on something fun. And if you're not, I hope you go over to Savannah's channel and join us in this fun project that we're just starting. So you certainly aren't behind on anything. And I don't think there's any certain timeline anyway. You can jump in whenever you want and start your journal. I was just anxious to get started because I really don't have a project going on right now at home. We're making journals in the journaling class, but as far as my own personal project, I don't have one right now. So it was a perfect time for me to get in on this. I'm not doing a very good job up here at the top to figure out something for that. Maybe a tinier pair of scissors might have worked better. Okay, more scraps. Although I'm not sure that that's worth saving. Looks a little rough, but it won't when we're done. I promise it won't when we're done. You know that old saying, trust the process. My glue's not wanting to hold very well. I usually don't have a problem with this glue. This Scotch Create usually works very well for me. Okay, just going to let that sit for just a minute. And I'll clean up this because I don't have a very big work area, so I have to kind of keep it cleaned off pretty good, because if I don't, in a few minutes I won't have any work area because I'm pretty messy with my crafting. So there we go. Keep my paper close by in case I need it again. All right, now let's see. I want to use this, and I don't want to waste it. So let me see where I can make a start with something. Let's see. What do I have here? That's not long enough. I might could do something like that. And, oh, I could do, could I do that? Or would I do this? That would be like half the dress. Let's see about one of these other edges. I don't want to cut in the middle. I want to use the edge. And I do kind of like this. Might use that part. Let me see what else is available on the edge. Looks like that might be the best thing. Wait a minute. Is this a... No, that's on a... What is this? No, that's on where it was sewed together. I don't want to use that. Here's a piece. I think I'm going to work with this. This is so old. I got it years ago in an antique store. And it was part of a wedding dress. It was the top part. The bottom part was not there. But I wanted it. I just loved it. And I mean, it was a big piece. It was the whole top part. But over the years, I have used it. I surely have. Now I know I want this at the top. Do I want to cut this out and make it like a plunge thing? And add some. I don't want to cut anything yet until I figured it out. I have some little pieces in here. Oh yeah, I have this. This is just the netting. This is all of it. All of the netting that I have left is this. But I don't think I'm going to need any of that because I used that other. But I have all these little pieces here that I could somehow put together for the rest of the dress, maybe. I'm going to figure it out. I'm not going to waste it. Let's see. I might. I'll figure out how to place it down here to finish it off when I get through figuring out what to do here. Let me push it up a little. I think I'm out of frame. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. That turned a little dark, but that's okay. It'll be all right. I think. Well, you know what? I could use a little bit of this up at the top. Just cover a little bit of this. Let me see, I have a smaller piece. See, I'm using my hoard, but I'm trying to do it in a very sparing way. So that's not big enough. So let me check out one of these other little pieces before I go chopping on a bigger piece. I find it hard to use these. Here she comes with her lawnmower. Sorry. Had I known she was going to start it, of course I should have known because it happens almost every time. But she has a job. She lives at home by herself and she has to get her yard mowed, so I can't say anything about that. Okay, I think I'll use this piece. And I'm just going to put it over like that. I'll stretch it across. Now, let me think, what do I want to use? Let me think for a minute. I don't like what happened there. And if I use the glue, it might happen again. Well, I'll have to use some kind of glue. But which one? I think I'm going to use my glue gun, and I'm just going to do it right along the edge, and then I'll stretch it over. Let's try that. You know, I'm kind of out of practice on this. I used to make so much stuff with lace, and I just don't do it anymore. Which is another reason I thought this would be a fun project to do. Is because over the years I've kind of quit doing this kind of stuff, and I always loved it so much. Altering things has always been a lot of fun. And to me, this is kind of a type of altering, because we're altering. We're not really altering, are we? We're just decorating, embellishing, designing. We are designing clothes for this. That's what we're doing. We're designing clothes. We are designers. Yes. That's what we are, designers. I want to get that kind of up at the top, but not too far. This I'm going to glue on the bottom, but I'm not gluing it on the top around her neckline, because I haven't quite decided yet just exactly what I want to do there. I'm not sure. And I'm trying not to use too much glue. Okay. Now, let me turn this around. And pull it tight. And glue it. And that should work. And I'm very slow. I'm very slow. My daughter said if I was any slower, I would be going backwards. But I'm just a slow person. I've always been slow. I need to get Betty. I'm going to use little Betty. See, I have my big Betty here, but I really don't use her very often. Since I got my little Betty, I have to use her. She works out real well in most cases. Saves my hands, my fingers, that's for sure. Now I think I'm just going to let that be a little bit raggedy at the top for right now. And I'll trim this off. And I might be able to use a piece of this somewhere else. Down on the bottom, maybe. Whoops. I got a glue string hung on my finger. Jeez. Get off of there. Okay. All right. Let me turn this way. See if I can get a better angle. There we go. Okay. Took long enough to do that, didn't it? Now I have to decide, do I want to have a plunging neckline? I think so. I think so. I'm going to cut this off. And I guess this is a bride dress because it's made with this old bridal, old wedding gown. So, yeah. Okay. Let's do that. And back in the day, they were a little bit modest. So we're going to leave that there. Because chances are, well, I don't know. You watch some of those movies and they got quite a bit of cleavage showing, don't they? We're going to do that anyway. We're just going to do that. And I'm going to glue this down to right here. And then I'm going to stop because I don't know if I want to continue with this yet. I might not. Okay. There we go. I'm trying to keep this as light as I can, the glue. I don't want it to be too globby. Look, she's got one off the shoulder. I'm going to do it that way. And I give her a there. All right. I probably should have brought that down, but too late now. It's got to stay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do this flower and then I'm going to stop because I don't know. I don't know what's going to go, how this is going to work out down here. Go across like that. But then do I have something that I can put here that won't look, you know, bad? How am I going to do this? I could just trim that off and use a whole other piece. Let's see. Let's see what I have before I trim it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and trim it because I can always just add it right back there if I want to, right? There's another piece. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find that and see how that goes down. That's not it. Is it? No. Okay, let me look on to see what else I can figure out to do down here on the bottom. And I have not decided how I want to do the back of mine. I'm thinking that I just want to put pockets on it. Just cover it with lace and put a pocket. I mean, cover it with fabric. Not fabric. Maybe paper. Maybe I'll use paper. And what about this? Hey, how about that? That'll work, I think, to bring it over some. Yeah. I think once I get it glued down, it will blend in well enough. Okay, let's do that. I think I'll glue it first and then I'll cut it. That way I won't be cutting off more than I need. I see one little thing I need to do though. I need to put a teeny piece of this right there because I think it's going to be a bare spot. And then I have to wonder, do I need to, what else do I need to do? Do I need to, give her some jewelry? Or just let her go like she is? I don't know. I don't know. I hadn't thought about it till just then. I need to think about these things. I don't think I could be a dress designer. I don't think I'd make a good one, but okay, coming over this way. I think I need to put, where did I put that piece? I think I need to, just to be safe, I think I need a little piece of this all the way across. Just to make sure that I don't have any bare spots. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. Okay, let me lift this up. I'm glad I left this little tiny piece right here that I could Come here, Betty. I'm going to use Betty. I don't want to burn my fingers. Betty's good for this. There we go. Okay. Now I need to put a little bit right in here. Anybody still here? Or have you gotten bored and left? I think that happens a lot. See, I can just sit and watch somebody, even if they're slow. I just enjoy watching somebody create. But a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people like to hurry up and see it and go on. And that's okay. You know, different strokes for different folks. So I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea for this kind of stuff because I'm not fast enough. But if you just like watching a process, well, here I am, processing away very slowly. Okay, let me trim this off. Not too close now. You'll defeat the purpose of what you just did. I love to talk to myself. Talk to myself all the time. I think it's an old lady thing. Maybe. Now, where was that part I was going to use? Was it here? It just connected so great. Yeah, I think it was here. Because this little piece right here looks like it goes there. No, I have to move it over this far anyway, I think. Let me think for a minute. I'm thinking. Oh no. Oh no, she's thinking. She's not good at it. She gets in trouble when she thinks. It's not going to quite make it. I'm going to have to move it over. It's going to have to join up right here. That's good enough. I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work. It's going to work okay. All right. So let me get to gluing. Let me get this little piece down. At least then I'll know exactly where I'm at. I got something that's holding. Okay. Now that's got to go there. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I probably got my hands all in the way where you can't see. And I'm sorry if I do, but I'm having a little trouble getting this down in a good way. Piecing is not always the right thing to do, but I don't mind using it. I know I need to use it. But at the same time, I don't want to waste it. If you know what I mean. I've often wondered who this might have belonged to. And how long her marriage lasted, and how many kids they had, and where they lived, and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting to think about that, I think. Okay, that's going to go around there. I'm going to need a little bit, one more little tiny piece, I think. Well, let's see if I come up that way. Oh yeah, I think I can come up that way. Let me get this little piece down first, and then I'll see if I can do that, what I'm thinking about. Come here, Betty. To trim this just a little bit. Right there. Should be enough. I got a delicate operation going here. Can you tell? I'll try to be a little more prepared next time. Have my plan, have it a little more maybe thought out, and have my everything ready to go so that it doesn't take so long. So for those of you who don't like to watch a complete and full thought out process, you won't have to. All right, I think I got this figured out now. I think I can just glue the rest down. It was just a little hard to, I think I better do it this way. Get it all to match up. And it doesn't match, but I don't think it shows too much that it doesn't match. I don't think it shows a lot that I pieced it together. I think I can trim it up now. It'll be easier to work with if I get rid of some of this excess that's hanging around. I'll trim it a little closer after I get it all glued down. Okay. All right. Ouch. There. Let's see. Gluing my fingers down. You know, this glue that I used is not keeping my thing down on here. It's trying to come up. Let me melt that so I can push it down. All right, let's trim her up and see how she looks. See if it was a success or not. Put some glue right there. You know, we all have our own style, so I know that my style will be very different from everybody else's, but we just do our own thing, right? We do our own thing and we make it our way, and be kind of dull if we all made them exactly alike, wouldn't it? I think it would. Put a little glue there. And let's see where else I need some. I didn't put it real close to the edge because I didn't want to get it on the pieces that I weren't going to have to use. I could save them. Yep, here's a place. There we go. So, what do you think? I think she turned out pretty. I'm happy with her antique wedding dress. Now I just have to decide if I want to do anything else. I have the buttons that were on the back of this. I've used a few, but not too many. So I don't know if I want to put any buttons on it or not. Let's see. I have these little, they still have the thread in them. They have the shank on them. I could cut that shank off so I could glue them on flat. Maybe put, I don't know if I don't think I want to put buttons on here. I don't think so. But I think she needs something right there. She needs a little pearls or something. I might have to hunt some. I don't have any right now up with me over here. So, yeah, okay. So I used some of this. I'll put this away because I won't use it again. that I have to think about what I'm going to do on the back. What could I start out doing? I don't know. Okay, I'll put that away. And have a think about the back. Where did I get, where was this? I think it was in here. Let's see. What do I have? Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to slam that. I think I'm going to use some, what can I use on the back? What do I have close by that I could use? I didn't think about the back when I was getting ready for this. I didn't think about the back. I'm going to pause you for just a minute, and I'm going to go see if I can find a piece of paper to use on the back. Be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I found some paper that I want to use on the back, and it is Cheryl Francis. I'm sorry, I don't know what the kit is, but it's Cheryl Francis on Etsy. And I'm going to use this, and I might put some trim around it simply because I didn't get it exactly right, because I didn't have my template fitting the right way for cutting. So it didn't cut exactly right, but I'm not going to do it again. I'm just going to put some glue on here and glue it down, and then I will add some type of, I'll find a vintage or an antique trim to go around it. Oh, I need a glue stick. I have no idea how long this video is. I hope it's not too terribly long, that you'll want to hang around or come back and watch me again at some point. I'm going to start up here. And I'm kind of going to spread this around a little so that it's not too thick, if you know what I mean. See if I can get this on here straight as I can, because like I said, I had my template turned the wrong way. That's good enough. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not good enough. Okay, let's try this again. All right, I'll remember next time. Also, I'm not really liking this, using this hot glue. I'm going to melt this down. I'm having quite a bit of trouble with this. You know, I didn't craft for quite a few months. So getting back into it's, I guess, being a little hard for me. I'm not going to use my glue gun. That's not going to work out too well. I think I'm just going to try using the glue stick again. To put my paper. I don't want to use Fabri-Tac. And I don't want to use water-based glue, because I don't want to ripple. I don't want it to be. Of course, it still could with this. I don't know about the glue stick. But Put a lot of this on. And then I'm going to find a trim to go around it. After I put my pocket on, I have decided that on the back of mine, and it's just because it's just the way that I want to do it. Everybody can do theirs their own way, I guess. But I know Savannah, she's decorating both sides of hers, and it is so pretty. But look at that. But I just prefer to only decorate the one side for myself. And that's because I don't like my things to be bulky. It's just me. And I know it'll get very, very chunky if I do both sides. And while I think they're very beautiful, it's just not for me. If you know what I mean. We all have our own style. So I'm just going with mine. With what I'm comfortable doing. Okay. Now that that's done. Now I need a pocket. Now I could use a lace pocket. I could do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll put a lace pocket and I'll put trim. And most of all the ones on the backs of mine are probably going to be pretty much the same. They'll have a pocket and they'll have a trim around them. And as far as for binding, I don't know yet. I'm not sure. Let's see. What do I have that I can use for a pocket? What is this? This looks like it was part of an old collar or the front of a dress. Do I want to? I don't think I want that. Let me look a little further here. See what else there is. How about that? That'll make a pretty pocket. Right? I think so. You can see through it. And what do you think? I think this. Let me see what else I have. Not that. Not that. I don't think that goes with my background. Let's see, what is this? I don't think I've ever cut this. No, I don't want that. I need something a little, I think I need something a little bit more substantial, maybe. That'd be the word. Maybe not that. Maybe not that. Let me look in this other. Let me look in here. How about a little pocket? Maybe that's too small. I got something a little bit wider. Let's see, what's this? Nope, that comes up too far. That'd be pretty for a dress. That just doesn't look right. doesn't look right. Nothing's wide enough. What's this? This is wide. But not wide enough. I want something that's wider than that. Oh, jeez. Stuff is falling. All right, I'm going to look in one more place. Let me look over here in this. If not, then I might just use a piece of... I thought I had some wider pieces, but I don't seem to. Not in these boxes anyway. Oh, here's one. Here's a wide one. Let's see about this. Oh, yes. That'll work, huh? Yes, it's thinner than I wanted it to be. I suppose I could put something behind it. It'd show up better, probably. What do I have? What do I have? I have this. It's got stains, but that doesn't matter, does it? I think that looks better because then you can see the lace. It gets lost on this paper. Let's see. Old and stained. Ooh, it's hard to tell what this front is. This is the front. I want to center that. Now here's a question. Do I want this at the top or at the... no, I want it at the bottom. I like it better at the bottom. Maybe I'll put the trim across the top when I get there. Okay. That's going to go there. I wish. Let's see. Where's the bottom of that? That's good. Right there. Okay. Let me put that back. I'll take care of that later when I'm done. Okay. I'll get my glue gun and move all this stuff out of the way. Let's see. First thing I need to do is glue this together. I can't tear this. I'm going to have to cut it. It's going to be a little bit. It's going to come up just a little bit on this side because it's angled that way. This was, I don't know, it was something off of an old dress or blouse or something. I wish it would have came up a little further, but I think I can put a little trim right up there. Well, I can't do that. It's just going to be a pocket. Could put a little trim down here on the bottom. Could put something underneath there. Yes, that's what I'll do. I don't think I'm going to make you watch me do all that, though. I think when I finish getting this on, I think I'll say goodbye, and then I'll show you the rest when I come back to do my next one. Ooh, I don't want to put that up there. I might get glue all over my box. Okay, I'm just going to cut this off. And then I'm going to show you. I'm going to glue the bottom, but I'm not going to glue the lace because I'm going to put some more lace up underneath there. I'll glue that down after I trim it. Just put a little dot there. Little dot there. That's going to hold it while I trim. Hard to trim around these little edges. All these curves this little lady has. I'm calling her a lady. Depending on my mood, they may not all be ladies. You never know how I might dress them. But she is. She's a fine young bride. Is what I'm thinking. So, okay, now all I have to do is find a trim for up here, and I have to put a trim right here, and then I'll have a little pocket for something to go in right there when I decide. I'll have to fix something for that. There's another spot. You know what this is? It's the it's that very old silk handkerchief or whatever it was that I put down there. It's just not sticking, but I think that'll be okay. And I'm going to put a little trim around here, but I don't think I want it to come out on the other side. But I'll decide that. But right now, I'm going to say goodbye. And I do hope that you'll go over and watch Savannah's video, and I hope you'll decide you want to participate. I think it's just fun. They're little projects, and they'll just all be put together when they're done. I don't know how I'm going to bind mine yet. I know Savannah's putting holes up here, and hers is going to open this way and hang on something. And that does seem like a pretty good idea, and that's probably what I will do. We have time to decide because I think we're going to make all of our things first. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me and watching. And I hope you'll be participating. It's going to be fun. So for now, I'll just say be happy, be well, be safe. And I will talk to you later. Bye for now.